What is going on, FG3000? Back in the place to be, and in today's video we're taking a look at Summon Goddess Kingdom. Now when I first downloaded this game, I'm not gonna tell you why I downloaded it, well you'll figure it out later, but when I downloaded this game, I had no intentions of covering it or even really playing it beyond like that day, but for whatever reason, I kept logging into this game, and then it finally hit me. I know the very best way to kind of sum this game up. It's not a good game, but it's good enough to play. Does that make sense? It does if you don't think about it. So let's go ahead and jump on in. I'll show you a few of the heroes that I've done collected, and you can see right off the bat, this game has that mobile gaming like aesthetic. You know what I'm talking about? Like when you see mobile games, they all kind of have this look here, outside of like the anime games that we play, right? Like most of those generic mobile games all kind of have this look. Now, I don't really like this aesthetic at all, but at least from a technical standpoint, they look good, right? So even though the aesthetic I think is a little tired, we've seen it in way too many mobile games over the years, from a technical standpoint, I think the models look fine. You got some really interesting characters like Mulan here. That's kind of cool. This is one of my favorite here. Look at this. Bootleg Poison Ivy, Hydra, Waifu. You love that. But we'll go through a few of these. Look at that, dude. Ragnar. And I love the fact that they have a really good set of like different body type diversity, if you will. You got Kid Icarus here. Kid Icarus FG. Showed your age there a little bit. Got some waifus. King Edward, I guess. Is this got little fellow over here? And I always, even though I don't think this is the best mobile idle game ever created, I gotta respect any game that is willing to do a character that's not humanoid, right? A character that doesn't have 2 arms and 2 legs. Shout out to Kukulkan Khan, baby. I used to play Smite. We'll go through a few more of these characters here so you can kind of get a feel that, you know, when it comes to the heroes that you can collect, not bad. You got Cleopatra coming at you. He doesn't look too good, but you know, when you go down to the SRs, they don't look as good as, oh my God, wait a minute. Let's get away from that. All right, so let's go ahead and jump on into some combat. Today's video is brought to you by 7 Deadly Sins Idle Adventure. Brought to you by the team that gave you 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross with over 60 million downloads. Comes a brand new super casual RPG experience called 7 Deadly Sins Idle Adventure. Get ready for fast character growth online or offline, thousands of one-tap summons, and your favorite 7 Deadly Sins characters in a chibi graphic style. 7 Deadly Sins Idle Adventure is also giving away a ton of free stuff. Get 3,000 pulls, 3 legendary heroes, and a legendary tier Diane and more, just for starting your journey. Download the 7 Deadly Sins Idle Adventure today by using my referral links down below. Available on the App Store or Google Play. And don't forget to join the community, share your strategies, find the best builds, and make new friends on social media channels and forums. Now, as far as idle games is concerned, if you played one of them, you pretty much played most of them, right? So here is my little lineup here. Just like in a lot of these mobile games, depending on your elemental type, will give you different types of bonuses. So I have mostly a fire team, 1 water tank, and then I have a light unit, which is Zeus, which is basically universal, right? So this game has light and dark, and you can plug those into any elemental type team. But once you jump into combat, it's very straightforward, right? You got HP bars, you got ultimate bars, beat up on enemies until you cast your ult, rinse and repeat. And if you can't beat a stage, you do some idling, you do some auxiliary gameplay modes that I'm about to show off, and then you try to tackle the stages after that. Now this game does have some VIP-ness, right? Which I'm not a big fan of VIP-ness, you know what I'm saying? But in order to do this little auto advance, you gotta be VIP 6. Now this game, it does have soft VIP. Now I gotta stop saying that. It does have soft VIP, and what I mean by soft VIP, that means that over time, even as a free-to-play player, you will build up VIP points. Obviously, if you spend money, you get it quicker, but over time, you will hit that VIP 6 to get this auto advance. But you know, I definitely still wanted to mention that some of the features are gonna be locked behind a paywall, right? Quick AFK, as you guys might expect, get 2 hours worth of resources right there. Just like in a lot of these idle games, as you're offline, you're gonna get resources, collect those bad boys, and keep it moving. Now, as far as the auxiliary gameplay modes, this game, dude, something about games that look like this just have way too many gameplay modes. And when I was doing some of these, when I was doing some of these, I was like, was this game something else before it was this? You know what I'm talking about? I feel like it was something else before it was this. But we'll go through a few of them. I'm not gonna do those puzzles at the moment. But here you got your good old-fashioned dispatch mode. You got some quality of life here that you can just hit auto set, send them out on a mission. They'll come back in a few hours with some goodies. You've definitely seen stuff like that before. You then have the saving goddess gameplay mode. Once again, I feel like they just went a little overboard in all the gameplay modes, but most of these gameplay modes are gonna be things that you've seen in other idle games. You can already kind of see here, right? So this is gonna be kind of like a labyrinth gameplay mode. As you go through here, you're gonna have to kind of figure out the puzzle in order to get to the very end, get all the treasure chests, and use roguelike elements to build your power to defeat these encounters, right? So we'll kind of just go here, we'll fight this guy really fast, and as soon as you see, oh dude, this is my old team, hit that auto set, grab my little squad here, and as soon as you see it, you're gonna kind of know exactly what I'm talking about here, right? So you defeat these enemies. Dude, they're a little stronger than I was hoping for here. All right. This is the ×2 speed. You do unlock that for free, thankfully. Dude, are you gonna embarrass me on camera? How dare I put my face on camera? Okay, good job, Zeus. It's not great, but you defeat the little encounter there. You grab your chest, very nice. And once again, if you play Labyrinth modes, you already know what I'm looking at here, right? We'll go at the start of battle, you gain some speed. Rinse and repitan, defeat all these encounters, get all the chests. Once you do that, you 100% the stage and you move on. Now, the next gameplay mode that I want to talk about is called Starry Mirage. So this is basically a Labyrinth mode, but more of a traditional one. So there's none of the puzzle aspects to it, right? It's very straightforward. It's very much just like a traditional Labyrinth mode. You go straight ahead, you get your buffs, you recruit, different types of teammates temporarily in this gameplay mode, get to the very end, defeat the boss, and get even more rewards. But I feel like, VIP 3 to do some skipperoonie? Come on, game! You're really selling this one, FG. Hey, man, you know what I'm saying? I told you it was good enough to play, all right? You heard me earlier. I'll take some HP right there. So this is like your traditional Labyrinth mode, right? So I'm gonna go from node to node to node, defeating enemies, maybe getting some heals there, doing some of the elite stages, getting better buffs, go into the portal. That portal will lead you to a harder gameplay mode, and you keep on going until you defeat it, right? And then beyond that, at level 36, you're gonna unlock a thing called Artifact Trial. When it comes to the PvE gameplay modes, because those weren't PvE gameplay modes apparently. First one up is gonna be your Chaotic Tower, which is your tried and true endless tower mode. You hit that. Now this one does have free quality of life. It'll automatically go to the exact floor until you lose, right? So I can say here, stop as soon as you're defeated, hit start, and it'll automatically climb the tower. All right, I appreciate that. In a game that has a lot of quality of life locked behind VIP, I guess it's nice to have a couple of them that are free to play, by the way. Zeus not looking too happy there. Next gameplay mode up is called the Temple of Domination, and this kind of goes back to what I was saying a little bit earlier. I feel like you guys just have too many gameplay modes that don't really need to be in the game. Like, at its very core, this gameplay mode is just like a tower, but you're going up a hill. That's it. That's the only real difference between it, right? Ah, come on, Zeus! So as you can see, I just defeated that encounter, and then I go up the hill, and then I do another encounter, then I defeat this encounter, go up the hill. How is that any different than a tower? Like, you know what I mean? Like, at its very core, how is that any different than climbing a tower? It really isn't, right? So you go here, you're done with that, you move on up, and you keep on moving. It's basically a tower, but on a hill. But guess what? There's even more towers. Now, this tower is very strange. I don't understand this tower. This is the very first time in the history of Gotchadom that I've ever seen a gameplay mode look like this. Really, FG? It looks like a tower. It is a tower, but check this out. You ready? Hold on. Let me show you why this tower is different. This tower is exactly like the tower that I showed you before, but you don't actually have to go into combat. It's all auto. It's an auto tower. So it's a tower, but it's an auto tower. You know what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying here? So there's a lot of gameplay modes in here that I feel like, why is this a thing, right? You have to really respect a player's time. It's cute to have a bunch of different gameplay modes in your game, but if they all kind of bleed on top of each other, if they're all that similar, what's the point of having them? I'd say minimize them, minimize your players' burnout. And if you do that, you might even maximize the amount of players that actually come and play your game more often, right? Because that way they can actually play it as a side game and stuff like that. Beyond that gameplay mode, you have Fusion Trial at level 40 and Divine Trial level 69. I'm pretty sure those are going to be very similar to all the different gameplay modes that I just showed you. PvP, very straightforward. We'll go ahead and go in here. But as you can see, there are so many different PvP gameplay modes. I'm going to get like completely destroyed, dude. Like, this ain't going to look good at all, my dude. Not at all, but at least we get to see. No, we're good. Very nice. Pretty straightforward. Find someone you can beat up on, beat them up, climb their ladder, get some currency, use that currency to buy some things out of the shop. And just like a lot of these games, they always have so many different types of arena. So you have Glory Arena, Advanced Arena, and then Fair Duel, which sounds like it's a fair duel as far as I can tell. Limited gameplay modes include Divine Assembly, Rapid Landing, which looks like some type of like dice game, Arcane Stone Trial. Then you have all of these Alliance gameplay modes here as well. I mean, dude, this game has so much gameplay in, and I'm not necessarily saying that is a good thing. All right, this game does have a lot of gameplay in it, right? So let's do some summoning here real fast. Get ourselves a good old-fashioned summon. We'll do a friendship summon first. Do a nice little warm up here. Did I turn the animations off, or does a friendship summon not have an animation? Let's try it one more time. There we go. Very nice. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about. But there goes a little summon animation. Pretty straightforward. Nothing too crazy, as you guys can see. I do have some currency, so let's go ahead and blow this currency. Is that me in lights, baby? FG, bruh. Just got Prometheus. He doesn't look too bad, actually. Like, I feel like this game, if they just go through, right, clean it up a little bit. You don't need to have this many different gameplay modes, because like I said, some of them just don't really feel high effort. Clean it up, clean up some of those gameplay modes. I think this game might be a decent idle game to play. Like I said, I don't think it's necessarily that good, but it was good enough for me to play for like a week, right? Like, had no intentions of actually recording a video for this. I was just kind of messing around because I saw some of the graphics. I saw some of the artwork, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But that is pretty much it, right? So we kind of talked about the actual main story campaign. Oh, look at you guys. I got Prometheus now. You guys want me to rate? But very straightforward when it comes to idle games, right? You got your main story. You're going to go through the main story, get as high as you possibly can. That's going to dictate how effective your idleness is. You got all the different auxiliary gameplay modes that I just showed you. So many that I didn't even want to go through all of the guild ones, but there's a lot of different gameplay modes here. And then, of course, you have your kingdom. This is going to be your summoning. This is going to be your Oath Temple. Oath Temple is basically a pretty normal gameplay feature in most idle games these days. This allows you to basically match the level of your team. So I just got that Prometheus. Now my Prometheus is level 100. Very straightforward. You've seen that before. Beyond that, you have Pantheon, you have a Battle Pet, an Arcane Stone, Archaeology, Talent FG. You don't even know what you're talking about. Hey man, it's a lot of stuff in there. You know what I'm saying? If you're bored and you're gonna be on a trip for like 10 hours, this is gonna be a game that will be able to actually take a lot of your time straight up. Quite a few different events that are going on. Hold on, wait. I should get a screenshot of that. That's gonna be the thumbnail. Hold on, I turned it off real fast. Let me get a screenshot of that bad boy real quick. You know what I'm saying? That'll be the thumbnail. Y'all see it when you see it. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God! let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. Good look at it. So that will do it, my friends. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, dude. I didn't know there was a higher rarity. Look at Wukong here, dude. He actually looks quite legit. So he is the only SP rarity in the game. You got SSRs. I showed. Oh hey, dude. All my smite knowledge is coming in handy. Very cool. Oh, there's like a lower tier Wukong here. Not bad. So that will do. Oh, look at this. She looks like a bootleg Morgan. Like, she literally looks like bootleg Morgan. All right, guys. So that's it. My name is FG, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Looks like you still scrolling, FG. Dude, I'm just looking at some stuff. I'm out.